Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into some really interesting source material you sent us.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. It takes Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, which, could be pretty controversial,
Definitely has that reputation.
and it blends it with Wallace D. Wattles' The Science of Getting Rich, which is quite different in tone.
Right, so how do these sources connect them? What's the link?
Well, the core idea, the bridge between them, according to this material, is the principle of abundance.
Abundance. Okay, so our mission today is to figure out how looking at those, sometimes pretty ruthless 48 laws, through this lens of abundance, how that actually changes how you might use them.
Especially for building wealth and influence, but, ethically, sustainably.
Exactly. The source material calls abundance the master principle. It's this fundamental belief that there really is more than enough success, wealth, opportunity for everyone.
So it's a shift away from that dog-eat-dog scarcity mindset.
Precisely. It moves towards strategies that feel more empowered and, importantly, ethical. Okay, so it's not just about getting stuff, it's how you get it. Thinking clearly, acting purposefully, having faith in this abundance idea.
And that shapes how you use power. It's geared towards win-win situations, actual collaboration, building good relationships.
It sounds like it could really flip the script on some of those laws.
It absolutely does. It offers a completely different interpretation for many of them. It's quite striking how the meaning changes.
All right, let's head into it. Maybe instead of just a list, we can look at how this abundance idea impacts different areas like mindset first, the inner game.
Good idea. Let's start there. The source brings up Law 1, respect the master idea. Now, through the abundance lens, that master idea is abundance itself.
Ah, okay. So everything has to align with that belief.
Always. Every action, every decision needs to square with this core belief in unlimited potential, in enoughness. It's your North Star.
Abundance isn't just the goal, it's the operating system.
Well put.
Hmm.
And that flows right into Law 2. Harness your inner strength. Here, it's about using your internal resources, your thoughts, your focus, your energy wisely.
How so?
It means managing your inner state to actually support your wealth building, balancing positive and, well, even acknowledging negative energies constructively to boost your capacity to create and attract abundance. Your inner world is a key asset.
Right, using that internal landscape to shape the external. What about how others see you? Law 5, cultivate abundance reputation.
Oh, this one's key. It's not just about having a good reputation, but specifically a reputation as someone who operates from abundance and integrity.
Like a steward of abundance.
Exactly. Acting ethically, being seen as contributing to collective well-being, that naturally builds trust. And trust attracts opportunities. It shows success doesn't need dirty tricks because there are plenty of clean paths.
So integrity isn't just moral, it's strategic in this model, which sounds like it connects to Law 6. Radiate abundance.
It does, very directly. If you genuinely feel abundant, grateful, confident, positive, you project that. The source says this positive, confident demeanor born from that belief literally draws wealth and opportunities to you. You become magnetic.
Like attracts, like energetically. And speaking of attracting, Law 8, attract opportunities.
Yeah, building right on that. Law 8 becomes about cultivating that inner state and outer presence, so opportunities just gravitate towards you. Align your thoughts, beliefs, actions with your goals.
And you create an environment where opportunities find you instead of you constantly chasing them down.
Precisely. It's a shift from hunting to harvesting, you could say.
That really resonates with Wattles' idea of thinking in a certain way. Now, what about action versus talk? Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument.
This is pure Wattles integrated into the power framework. The source is emphatic. You achieve abundance by producing tangible results, visible, measurable value.
Not by convincing people with words?
No. Your energy goes into creating value. Let the results speak. Action is how thought becomes reality, and arguing, that's just seen as a drain, a delay in manifestation. Show, don't tell.
Prove your abundant thinking through what you actually build or achieve. Okay, but what if you're surrounded by negativity? Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. That sounds a bit harsh.
Through the abundance lens, it's less about judging others and more about fiercely protecting your own mindset. Your ability to think in that certain way for wealth creation is fragile.
So negativity disrupts it.
Absolutely. The source strongly advises steering clear of people, situations, even habits that drain your energy or pull you back into lack and limitation thinking. Your creative power needs a positive, purposeful environment to thrive. Guarding that mental space is vital.
Protecting the source of your abundance. Okay, this section really shows how it starts internally: mindset, energy, focus, reputation.
Exactly, that's the foundation. Now, let's look at how this abundance view changes interactions with others, strategy, relationships.
Yeah, this is where some of Green's laws can feel the most ethically tricky, like Law 11, learn to keep people dependent on you. That sounds like straight up control.
This is maybe one of the most radical reinterpretations in the source. It moves completely away from manipulative control towards what it calls value-based interdependence.
Value-based interdependence? What's that?
Instead of making people dependent out of neediness or manipulation, you create things, services, systems, results that people genuinely benefit from and, yes, come to rely on because of the value provided.
So they depend on the value, not on you controlling them.
Exactly. You empower them through what you offer while naturally becoming central because you're the source of that value.
Mm.
True influence and wealth, the source argues, come from being indispensable through contribution, not domination. It's far more sustainable.
Wow, okay. Influence through value, that's a big shift.
Yep.
What about Law 12? Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. I mean, the word victim.
Yeah, that wording is jarring.
Yeah.
But again, the abundance lens reframes it. It becomes strategic sincerity and generosity. The generosity should ideally spring from genuine abundance, not calculation. But being thoughtful and timely with honesty and generosity absolutely strengthens relationships and builds goodwill. Honesty isn't just to disarm, it's to build real trust and connection. Generosity isn't a trick, it's a tool of alignment, expanding your network and facilitating mutual wealth. These become relationship-building tools, not just tactics.
So sincerity and generosity are strategic because they foster genuine connection and mutual benefit.
Precisely. Which leads nicely into Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude.
How does that fit?
Perfectly,
Yeah.
actually. Abundance thinking respects that everyone operates from their own creative desire. So when you need help, you show how it benefits them, too. It's about proposing mutual gain.
An exchange of value, not begging.
Right. You frame it as a win-win opportunity, respecting their drive for their own abundance. Wealth flows where self-interest and service align. Find that alignment.
Always looking for the win-win. This feels like a very different way to build relationships than some traditional power models.
It really is. It's about genuine connection, shared value. Take Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. Traditionally, that's pure manipulation.
Right, making someone underestimate you.
But with abundance, the source flips it. Instead of faking ignorance, you approach things with genuine humility and openness, acknowledging there's always more to learn, more opportunity out there.
And that might lead people to underestimate you anyway.
Perhaps, but it comes from an authentic place. That humility disarms people positively, builds real trust, and attracts collaboration because you're seen as open, not cunning or competitive.
So authentic humility becomes a strength. What about social maneuvering, like Law 24? Play the perfect courtier.
Viewed through abundance, this isn't about sycophancy. It's about approaching relationships with genuine generosity and authenticity. Social connections are seen as abundant resources themselves.
Not just rungs on a ladder.
Exactly. Building sincere, supportive relationships creates social capital trust, introductions, shared opportunities that benefits everyone involved. It's about genuine connection, not manipulation for personal gain.
Building social wealth together. This sounds related to Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others.
Very much so. In the abundance model, influence isn't coercion, it's inspiration. You align people's own desires for success with a larger vision of collective prosperity.
How?
By genuinely caring about their success, appealing to shared values, building trust, creating those win-win scenarios, helping others thrive actually paves the way for your own abundance. It's influence through shared vision and mutual support.
Aligning everyone towards a bigger pie, basically.
Okay, it seems a huge theme is transforming relationships from tools of control into networks for mutual growth.
That's a great summary of it. Now maybe we can shift to laws about strategy, action, dealing with obstacles.
Okay, like Law 15, crush your enemy. Totally. How on earth does that fit with abundance? Seems like the opposite. It does sound contradictory, doesn't it? But the source reframes it away from destroying people towards decisively removing threats to your abundance flow.
What kind of threats?
Anything that consistently drains your core resources, your time, energy, money, key relationships. Even with a belief in infinite opportunity, you have finite personal resources right now. You need to strategically stop wasting them on things that drag you down or actively work against your ability to create.
So it's about protecting your creative capacity, not necessarily attacking competitors.
It's more about self-preservation of your energy and focus. Don't let energy vampires or persistent problems sabotage your ability to generate abundance. Cut them off decisively.
That makes a different kind of sense. Protecting the source. Okay, what about Law 17? Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Sounds like fear tactics.
But here, the abundance mindset fuels it differently. Believing your resources are vast allows you to be creatively unpredictable to seize opportunities, not just to intimidate.
So unpredictability for innovation, not fear.
Yes. You use flexibility, adaptability, strategic pivots to stay ahead and capture value. You allocate resources fluidly, assess risk, constantly innovate. It keeps you resourceful and adaptive, which is a competitive advantage, but driven by opportunity seeking, not malice.
Okay, unpredictability as agility, that links to Law 48. Assume formlessness, being adaptable, fluid.
Right. An abundance mindset requires this. If possibilities are limitless, you need to be open, creative, ready to change and flow. Opportunities might pop up unexpectedly. Formlessness lets you adapt proactively, navigate challenges, and seize growth wherever it appears.
Adaptability, fueled by possibility. Let's talk focus. Law 23. Concentrate your forces.
With abundance, you know you have access to many resources: time, skills, energy, support. This law becomes about confidently directing those plentiful resources towards your most important goal right now.
Not scattering them out of fear you don't have enough.
Exactly. Abundance allows for deep focus because you trust the resources are there for what truly matters. It enables impactful action.
Using abundance to fuel focus seems linked to Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge.
Yes, this is about energy management again. Don't waste mental and emotional energy craving what's out of reach or dwelling on lack.
Because that takes you out of the abundance mindset.
Precisely. You let go of scarcity-driven desires, channel your energy into achievable wealth-building goals that are within reach. It keeps you focused, resilient, and actually attracts more success because you're generating positive momentum.
Focus energy on creation, not envy or frustration. It's amazing how consistently this abundance lens shifts the motivation and method.
It really does permeate every law they touch on. It changes the why and the how completely,
All
from control to creation, from competition to collaboration.
right, let's try and synthesize this. If you put all these reinterpretations together, what's the big picture strategy emerging from these sources?
Well, fundamentally, it's a strategy that prioritizes abundance thinking over scarcity thinking in every aspect of power and wealth creation.
Okay, so that's the foundation. Abundance over scarcity.
Then it champions things like authenticity, empathy, and collaboration, not just as nice things, but as actual strategic advantages.
Replacing pure competition or manipulation.
Largely, yes. It pushes for strategic action, absolutely, but action rooted in ethics and integrity. The goal is building long-term, sustainable success and relationships.
And it encourages being flexible, creative, adaptable.
Because abundance means opportunities are everywhere, often in unexpected forms. You need to be ready to flow with them.
And maybe the biggest shift, focusing on win-win outcomes, not zero-sum games where one person's gain is another's loss.
Exactly. The whole approach described in the source is about using power and influence to create value, foster cooperation, and act with integrity, all stemming from that belief in abundance. The argument is that this leads to more robust, lasting success.
Where you don't just gain power, but you build supportive networks and generate even more opportunities along the way.
That's the core idea.
So thinking about this deep dive into your sources, what's the takeaway for you listening right now?
I think it presents a really provocative view that power doesn't have to be about taking or hoarding a limited resource. It could be about creating and sharing from a place of believing there's genuinely enough to go around.
It definitely challenges that common, often cutthroat image we have of power dynamics.
So here's something to think about. If wealth and influence could genuinely flow more, from creating value, from collaborating, from acting with integrity, if that's possible, because abundance is real, how might truly believing that change your approach to your work, your goals, your relationships?
That is definitely a powerful thought to mull over.